This conference will now be recorded.
So today we may have the 30-minute session. So we'll just have a discussion. And one humble request is so make this session is interactive so that whenever you have a doubt, so please turn on your microphone and you can ask the question. Yeah. Today we will do the installation of the Java and all the setup. We'll make it ready. What are the basic things it's required? Just we'll do the setup. Now, when you are going to learn Java, so these are the basic things you need to set up in your system. First one is a JDK. Okay, here you will be setting up the JDK. Then you can set up uh, the next one is one IDE. So this is the IDE. What are the IDE you want? You can take it here. So you can take the Eclipse or IDEA. You can take it here. So any of these IDEs. Then you set up the Git version. Okay, Git client, you set up that here. And the next one is VS Code. VS Code, we may not use it now. So just to ensure that these are the things you are setting up on your machine. And then there is something called the DVOR. Okay, DVOR. And then we required a one database. So database is you can go with the MySQL. Uh, MySQL database you require, just you set up the MySQL. And another one is a Maven or Gradle. Okay, so any one of these things you can install, either Maven or Gradle. You should install here. So these are the basic things you must have the installed in your machine. For time being, okay, these three are good enough. So going forward, we may install the other things we may install here. VS Code and DBOR, MySQL. When you're learning the SQL concepts, we may install the DBOR and MySQL. And VS Code, when you're learning the UI, we will install the VS Code. For us to continue that, we require a JDK and uh, then here one more is Eclipse or IDE and Git. These three things we need to install here. If somebody is not, if somebody machine is not installed, no setup is done, please you can share and give the access so that I will install these three things and even others also will get the how to install. Okay. Can someone? So voluntarily if says, okay, my internet speed is good and the system is not installed these things, then I will install and I will show you that how we are going to use this. Because already in my machine, the setup has done. No? Okay. So everybody mission, is it to install these things? Yeah, some of them may be connecting from the mobiles. Yeah. So if you're connecting from the PC, so if the installation is not done, you're using the brand new system or you don't have any of these softwares. If you have a if you want me to install, you just say that yes, I will make you as a presenter and I will take your system access and then we'll continue the installation of these things. Okay, by the way, can you hear me? At least can someone confirm?
Yeah, it is here.
Yes, yes.
Okay, good. Thank you. Okay, so here the installation, yeah. So CMD. If you look at this, in my PC, what is the installation? It has done that here. First, in order to check that whether Java is installed here or not, just we can check this here, Java version. So we'll go with the Java 11 is our version. We are going to use it here. In order to download the JDK, just you can download the JDK download. So where you will get the different versions, you will get it here. So you can take the here you can see here latest version is a JDK 18. Yeah, we can go with the even JDK 18 also. So that is okay to be like to be common and like everybody has to in the same page. We'll go with the JDK 11. We'll go with that. Okay. Online documentation, installation instructions. Where is this? Okay. Directly I'll ask for the JDK 11. Okay. So in the archive it is there, JDK 11. Okay, you can choose the JDK 11. If you are a Windows installer or depends on your operating system, you can choose the, if you are a Windows installer, you can go with this. And if you are a Mac or some other operating system, you can go with this. When you click on this, it will ask you to, okay, just we are going to download this. The moment I click on this here, download. So this is going to ask you to register. Please register with them. Okay, it is not going to cost you, or they are not going to ask you any credit card or any personal details. Just they will ask you the basic information they will ask. The moment you register, then you can download the JDK. You can download from their official site. You can download it here. Okay. The moment okay here, if I'm logging in here, so then immediately the JDK will be downloaded, and just you follow the installation wizard. You just follow the installation wizard. So just click next, next, next. You just follow that the default settings. Everything is you follow it as a default. Now, another thing is, so this is okay. I can show you quickly. Sorry, I will log in. Okay. Yeah. So the moment you log in, the login with them, like no, this is what this is going to be downloaded. It may take the couple of minutes. It will take it here. Okay, the around yeah, this is the JDK is going to be downloaded here. Once this JDK is downloaded, you double click on that. So once you double click on that, yes, you follow the installation wizard. There is nothing you need to change it here. So just you follow the installation wizard. That's it. All you need to do the JDK installation. Since it is asking the admin permission, the moment I give the admin permission, so then it is going to start installing that here, because already I have JDK 11. Probably it may not install. Yeah, preparing for installation. You just to follow this installation wizard. Nothing else. Just to keep doing this here. It is going to install in the JDK. This is the place it is installing. If you want to change, you can change the directory, but keep it default as is. You keep it default. Now this is saying the in my case it is updating. Okay, there is a like no. This is saying that already you have a stable and installation is available, then it is not going to install anything here. Well, in my case, this is the one thing you need to install here. So the next thing is what do you need to install is your IDE. That's what we are discussing about that IDE. So IntelliJ IDEA. So just we are going to take it here. In case of the IntelliJ IDEA, you take the community edition. You take it here. Okay, IntelliJ IDE, the community edition you can download. So when you look at here you have a ultimate and community. So just go with the community edition. You select it here. So depends on your operating system, you can choose that here. So this is automatically identified that my machine is a Windows. So just it is showing the Windows. If you are Mac or Linux user, you may get the differently. You'll get it here in case of the. Now here I would be downloading this here. Once you download this, this is also just you follow the installation wizard. Nothing, there is nothing changes uh, is required. Just you follow the installation wizard. This is the second software which is required for us. The third one is The third one is you install the git bash. We are going to install here. So here, when you are taking here git bash download, we are going to download the git bash download. So go to this and download the what is the operating system. You just download that. And if it is a 64-bit, just you download the 64-bit. And here also you do the same thing. Like just you follow the installation wizard and follow the steps next. You continue that here. Okay. This is in case of the Windows, it's a very simple and easy to install. Even Mac also same thing. And Linux case, we need to follow the few commands. We need to follow that here. These are the three softwares, and along with that, there is one more software which is required here, Maven. Maven download, we are going to take it here. This is a Maven, another software. So that's the reason I am asking if somebody's system is not installed, so that all these things I can do the setup, so that others also, when they are watching the video, they can follow that. Because already in my machine, everything has been done the setup. Now you can take the the files here, download the Apache Maven. I'm going to take the latest version zip file. I'm going to take it here. So anyone voluntarily will give the access of your system. So this is another thing. Okay, this is a Maven. The Maven is another software. Okay, another build tool, or it's a build tool. So where we can do the setup of the Maven, we are going to set up that here. Maven setup is slightly different. Like now, you won't get any executable. So here you will get the zip file we are getting here. This zip file we need to extract, and we have to create a we have to add it in a path. Okay, these are the four softwares we required here. Okay, these are the four softwares which are required for us. Okay, so snip tool, I'm going to take it here so that I'll put that. Okay, new, I'm going to take it here. So try to download these four softwares you try to download. So one is a JDK, one is a IntelliJ IDE, and another one is you are downloading the Maven. We are going to download it here. Once you download all these things, okay, these are the softwares which we required, and we have downloaded those all softwares. And these three are executables. Like just you click on that, double click on that, and you just follow the installation wizard. In case of the Maven, okay, once your Java is installed, whether it is installed properly or not, in order to test that, open the command prompt. You just say that Java version, which would be saying that what is the version you are using here. Java C version, your Java compiler version. Okay, my Java compiler version and my Java version both are same. So that means my installation is there is no issues. Now next one is when you are installing the JIT. Okay, just type the JIT version. You type it here. So JIT -v, I think. Okay, it is not giving that JIT version. Okay, version. What is the Git version it is running? It is going to show that here. Even if you get the command is not found or command is not recognized, then again, that means the installation is not done properly. Next one is IDE. Any of the IDE, the moment you install here, you will get so the moment you type the here IDE, you will get option like IntelliJ Community Edition. You will get like this. If you don't get that, that means that installation is not done properly. The next one is Maven. Okay, when you are installing the Maven, okay, after installation of the Maven, in order to check the Maven version, MEN, okay, Maven version. We are going to check that here, MEN version, MEN version, which is going to tell you that what is the version of the Maven has been installed in your PC. It is going to tell you that here. So in case of the Maven installation is slightly different. You extract that zip file in your wherever the directory you want, whichever the directory you want, you can extract that and go to the edit environment variables. edit system environment variables. Okay, you are going to edit the system environment variables. This is the place. So sometimes if it is saying that command not found, okay, this maven command is not found, Java command is not found, when you get that error, that's because the system path variables, those executable files are not added. In order to add that here, we have two types of environment variables. One is a user variables, another one is a system variables. This system variables, what are the variables you are going to define? That can be accessed by the system. If is having the 2-3 users, all the users can access. Users in the sense not external users. Internally, in operating system, you might have 2-3 users. Like now, one is a user 1, user 2, like the user 3. If you are having here, what are the variables you define in a system variables? Those variables can be accessed by all the users of the system. And when it comes to the user variables, this is specific to the only this user. Okay, who are the logged in user, that person can access these variables. Now, if in case of the Java, if I'm taking here my Java home, I'm defining here. Like now my Java is I have installed in a D drive. So Java underscore home, this is a place my Java home is running. And in case of the maven underscore home, this is a place where I kept the maven home. I kept it here. Okay, we'll see that here. Whether in this directory those things are there or not, just we want to check this here. Let me go back, and here we are going here. I'm going to open this here. You can see here my softwares. Here I have a Apache Maven. Okay, I have a something called the Java. Both the things are here. Now I'm going to open this JDK. Okay, this is a place where you are going to set it as a Java home. Okay, you in your case, if it is installed in a different directory, you change the different directory. You can change that here. Now I'm going to set it as a map Java underscore home equal to, this is a path. Okay, you give your path. You give your path. You are going to give it here. So your path. Okay. So then I'm going to do, for example, this is what I'm going to give it here. So your path could be, this is what instead of your path, you are going to vary in your machine where it is installed, just you are going to paste it here. This is the one thing we are going to set it here. And similarly, we are going to set in the path variable. Okay. The path variable, you are going to add the Java, you are going to add it here. Okay. Here you can add it in a path variable. This is what we are going to add this here. Bin directory, we are going to add it here. Okay, if there is a confusion with the underscore and all these things here, don't delete anything here. Whenever you are editing the system environment variables, don't delete anything here. Just you add the one more, you add it here, then you add the bin extra bin, you add it here. Like, this is a bin directory, you are going to add it here. This is a, or you can do another way is percentage. Like now here you can see that here. Echo percentage Java underscore home. The percentage, I'm going to print it here. It is going to print this is a variable. Okay, this is a variable. The variable value is, this is the value. So now what I'm doing here, in our case, we are going to add in a path variable the percentage Java home, then slash bin, we are going to add it here. Advantage of this is, tomorrow in a feature, if you change the Java home here, only one place you will change it here. In path variables and other places, you need not to touch that. So you are defining a variable and you are assigning that value, and the same value you are going to use it in your path variable. You are going to use it here. This is what Java underscore home. Otherwise, what I can do here. So if you don't want to do that approach, just you are going to use the bin. Tomorrow, if you change to the JDK 18, you have to update the Java home. You have to update the path variable. If you forget to update the path variable, again it is going to point to the same Java version. To avoid this confusion, what we will do, then you are going to use the percentage Java underscore home. Already I created this variable Java underscore home percentage. Then we are going to add the bin. So this would be the path variable. You are going to add it here. Once you are done with that, so that's all the JDK setup. Sometimes what happens, some of the operating systems may not take the during the installation the path properly. The modern operating system, definitely it is going to take it here, But in case you have installed the instead of a C drive, you have installed your own directory. You have installed either D drive or E drive. You might have installed. In my case, I have installed in a D drive. Then the system may not know about your D drive. So that's a places where you are going to set that here. The similarly, in case of the Maven also, you are going to do the same thing. Maven home. Okay, here we are going to. Okay, then here I was telling that. Okay, in path variable you need to do that one small thing. In path variables, okay, edit path variables. You edit, and then here we are going to do this here. Add new variable. Add new. Okay, add new. What is that? Here we would be saying that in a path variable you edit new, and once you click on the new, add new, and here you would be saying that in the add new you would be adding the percentage. It's a simple thing, percentage java underscore home, the percentage I'm going to say it as a bin. And in case of the maven also same thing. Okay, this is a maven also same thing. We are going to say it here. So just you paste it your path wherever you install wherever that installation is done, that you add the path. For example, like in my case, my maven underscore home is installed in this place. It is installed here. Just I'm going to take it here. Here we are going to say that here example. Okay, example. Okay, here we would be saying that this is what I'm saying here. This is a place. And similarly, you take this path variable once again. Okay, in again path variables, you go to the. You are going to use the path variable edit new, and here instead of when you are doing the edit new, instead of java home you are going to use the maven underscore home, then bin. That's it. This is a basic configurations. You must aware of that. Why are you doing all this path configurations and all these things here? At the time of booting your system, you are telling that my java is installed in this is my home directory. This is a place where my Java C, Java compiler, and Java interpreter, all these things are available. You are telling to the system. The similarly, Maven also same thing. Hey, this is a place my Maven is being installed. My executable files are available in this bin directory. You are going to tell to the system so that the booting time itself, it knows about these variables. Whenever you are trying to access the Java C command or Maven command, it knows that where to go and look for that. This is the main advantage of that. And along with that, some of the softwares, they will if you're using the external servers or some other external applications, they are going to look for the java home and the path variable, whether java home is you have done the setup or not. They are going to check that, and if it is java home is set, then they are going to make use of this java path, and then they will start installing their softwares. So sometimes initially you may not face these problems. The moment you start working with the multiple applications or multiple softwares when you're trying to install, so servers when you're working with that, these are the problems you will face it here. And these problems we are setting initially itself. Okay, those problems we shouldn't be getting that here. So we are taking care here. I'm setting my java home, I'm setting my java path properly, maven home, and then we are editing the maven path. We have done it here. So this is a basic setup. As a Java developer, you must aware of that here. What is how to set the Java home, how to set the Java path, and then here how to install the Maven and setting the Maven path. So these are the things, basic things you must aware of. Any questions so far? Any questions so far? Okay. Anyone has any questions?
No.
No. Okay. Thank you. Thanks for responding. Yeah. This is the UI. Is okay. Cool. Now here, then there is something called the JIT. Why do you need this JIT is so. What are the code we are going to develop? That code will be pushed into the uh, GitHub. Now you need to access that code. Like no, when you are working with the working in a team. So what happened? Like no, there will be a multiple people. So this is a project if I'm taking here. So there will be a multiple people who will be working on this project. Like no, person X and person Y, person Z, and like no, there are multiple people, like no, multiple teams. You can take it here. Not only people, multiple teams. They will be working here. And one team will be sitting in the US. Okay, one team is sitting in India. Okay, let's take it here. One team is sitting in India, and one another team is sitting in the UK. Okay, this is what these all the teams they are going to work in the same project, and they may be working on the different modules. They will be working here. So end of the day, like no, the team whatever, like no, the time zones are different, and like no, the working timings is different. Like no, so each one is going to work on the same project. They are going to work. Now we want to put the entire source code in a central repositories. The central repositories, when you keep that here, and whenever somebody is making some changes, he can push his changes, and others can pull their the recent modifications, and they can sync with the whatever they have in the local machine. Like in order to maintain the versioning, if something goes wrong, you want to go back to the previous version in order to maintain the versioning, and in order to have the collaborative development or central repository for maintaining your source code, we use the Git. We are going to use it here, and there we have a cloud hosted services or GitHub. Another one is we have a Bitbucket. These are the two most widely used the cloud service provider in order to maintain your source code repositories. Your source code repository, one is either you can use the GitHub, or another one is you are going to use the Bitbucket. And Bitbucket, the organizations where they are using the Jira and other stuff, they would go with the Bitbucket. They are going there. I have seen that most of them they use as the Bitbucket, and GitHub also used uh, where Bitbucket is used more. Okay, so once you get familiar with the GitHub, the Bitbucket also it will be the same. So you will have your credentials where you will be taking your username and password, and whenever you make changes or the moment you join the organization, you are going to pull the code from the central repository. You will have each repository will have the one dedicated URL, and where you can create a multiple branches, you can create it here, and finally you are going to pull the code and you are going to push the code. This can be done it by using the git bash, or some people they do from the IDE itself. From the IDE itself they will do that here. So a time being we can ignore this part. We will get familiar with the IDE. We'll see that here. So but it's not good. uh, it is good to know from the command prompt how you are going to push the code, and solving the conflicts and resolving the conflicts and all these things. But I mean, we can go with the IDE, what are the IntelliJ IDE it is providing the Git GUI, we can make use of. This is another thing. So now here the GitHub is mainly using for to maintain the source code repository. So in the session, I'm going to explain about the GitHub. We are going to use the GitHub. We are going to use it here. Then it is a Bitbucket. So the more we'll be using the GitHub. So if it is required, we may use the Bitbucket on how to access that. We'll discuss about that. Once you have done with the basic setup, now I have done the basic setup of my Java and all these things here. What I'm going to do that here. Now we should start learning about the Java. When you take the Java is not only a programming language, it also a platform. What does it mean? So when you're taking here Java, so Java is a programming language. We are saying that here it is also platform. Yeah, that's true. Now here when you take the platform, and I'm taking here, this is my operating system. In this operating system, my Java I'm going to install here. On top of my operating system, I'm installing my Java. And internally, this Java will have the JDK and JRE, other stuff it will be having here. And on top of your operating system, Java is going to create its own environment or sandbox. It is going to create all your Java applications are going to run it in this environment. It's going to run it here. Now, once I have installed my Java on any PC, the compiled code, whenever you do the Java compiled code, so generally when you write any program, like now you are going to write a program in high level. You are writing a program in high level language. You are going to write it here. It's like English. Then you are going to do the compile. Once you compile that, it will generate a executable files in other programming languages. It will generate. In case of the Java, it is going to generate the .class files. It's going to generate. Now, these .class files you are going to execute by using the Java interpreter. So by using the Java command, we are going to execute this here. Here, in order to compile your program, you will use the command called the Java C. In order to run your program, you will use the Java. And this Java C and Java, where it is available, earlier we discussed here. This is available in bin directory. Okay, if you go to the bin directory, you will see that Java C and Java, both the commands, you are going to see that here. Now, in order to compile my program, what are the high level I have written that needs to be converted into the what machine can understand, what your operating system can understand. You need to convert here. Like now, if I'm taking the Windows, now I have written a simple Java program. I'm going to write it here. Okay, just I'm writing a simple Java program. This is a Java program I would be taking here. Let me write it here. Here I'm going to write it here, public, the class, hello world. I'm going to write it here. Here we are going to write the public static void main and string args. I'm going to take it here and I'm going to write it here. Here we are printing the system.out.println. So welcome to Java world. Okay, welcome to Java world. I'm going to say that here. Welcome to Java world, and you close this here. And here we are going to close the main method, and here we are going to close this here. Let me take it here. This is what we would be taking here. Like now we are writing our Java program. This is a Java program I have written here. This is like now anybody who can read English, they can read it here. No, so there is it's like a English, like a public class hello world. We don't know what is the meaning of that, but still we can read it here. So whenever you write the programming programs, you are writing in a high level. You are going to write it here, but the computers can understand only the binary values, zeros and ones. It will understand here. It won't understand this English format, whatever you have given. So this has to be converted into the what machine can understand. That's a place where we use the compilers. We are going to use it here. So this compiler in Java world, we will use the compiler called the Java C. And what it needs to be compiled? We need to tell that which program it has to be compiled. Like whenever you take the Java, so you will give this file name as a class name.java. So the Java files extension will be .java. Like any other files, if you take that here, like you might have seen the file extensions like doc files. Okay, you have there is a doc and docx and then Excel. Okay, that is a access Excel. Excel will be saved with the XLS. Okay, XLSX, and then you have seen the JPG, PNG. You have different types of extensions you have. And in case of the programming languages, C.cpp. Okay, that's nothing but the CPP, and here SQL. These are the different extensions. So like the moment you see that .c, this is a C program file, and CPP, it is a C program, CPP program. .sql is this SQL script. So .sh, then .bat, like you have a lot of extensions are there. Here Java files will be extension will be .java. Now I would be saying that here, hey, you Java compiler, we are saying that Java compiler, you take the my hello world class .java, you take this the Java program which is written in high level, you compile that. The moment you compile this program, once the compilation is successful in other programming languages, like if you take the C and C++, those programming languages, when you take that here, that directly it will generate the executable file it's going to generate. But in case of the Java, it is not going to generate the executable file. It generates the .class file. So this is a hello world dot class file. It is going to generate. It will generate the hello world dot class file. These dot class files contains the bytecode instructions. These bytecode instructions are specific to the JVM. One more word we are listening. That's called the JVM. Okay, there is something called the JVM. Here the JVM will be installed in your JDK JRE JVM Java Virtual Machine. So this dot class file code, what are the bytecode it has generated? This dot class file contains the bytecode. So this bytecode specific to the JVM. So like once you have installed JVM on your machine, you can take this dot class file code and you can give to that JVM. JVM is going to execute on your operating system. What operating system you are using, this the bytecode instructions will be converted into the underlying operating system. Then the program is going to start executing that. In order to tell that your JVM to start JVM to take this class and start executing that, we use the command called the Java hello world. We are going to give it here. We don't give the dot class or Java or any extension. You just give the your dot class file name. Java dot class file name. You are going to give it here. Then once you have given that here, then it's going to start executing your program. And finally, this will be printed here. This will be printed here. What are the output you have written here? Welcome to Java world. It is going to generate the output. Welcome to Java world. Whatever you have written here. Okay, this is what it's going to print it up. So to compile your program, use the Java C command to tell that, hey, Java interpreter, you start executing my program by calling by taking this dot class file, or you start executing by taking this dot class file. So for that purpose, we use the Java. Okay. Here we have a two commands here. Java C is a Java compiler. Java is a Java interpreter. Like in order to start your Java runtime environment, we use the command called the Java. In order to compile your program, we use the command called the Java C. We are going to use it here. So this is a way that typically any program will be executed in a Java world. So first you are going to, this is the process. You write the Java program. Now I have written the Java program. And this, once I have written this Java program, the next step is we are going to do this. These are the steps you are going to do this here. Once you have created this Java program, you are going to compile. If compilation is successful, this will generate the dot class file. And if dot class file is successfully created, then we are going to execute that by using the command called the Java. And finally, you will be running. Then once you run the Java, what are the output you are expecting or you have written in your program, that program is going to print it on the console. The program is going to print it on the console. So here, what is the console and how we are going to print it here? We'll see that here. This is a basic Java program. Like suppose if you want to write a practically one example, now we will say that here, control CLS, I'm going to clear the screen. I'm writing my first program. I'm going to write it here. So where I'm saying that copycon is nothing but the in Windows. In order to create a file, we use the command called the copycon. Now I'm saying that as a, so this is a file name is I'm going to say it as a welcome, or we'll say that hello world. Hello world dot Java. I'm going to say that here. So one important point here is whenever you are creating the Java file names, typically the name of the file will be the name of the file is as same as the class name. The name of the file is the same as the class name. That's the reason I'm taking the hello world. And here I am writing here public class. I'm writing here hello world and open the bracket and close the bracket. Okay. This here we are going to write the open bracket and closing the bracket. Now here, okay, we'll wind up. We'll close this here and Control Z. Now here the hello world file has been created. I can open with the notepad. Notepad. I'll say that hello world.java, which will be opening with the notepad. It's going to open. This is what I typed here. I created the file. Then here we have given this here. Now this is a place where we are going to write the public static void main. So string ... aux. And this is a place where we are going to write a message. Okay, here we are writing here system.out. Don't worry, what is this system.out.println? We'll discuss one by one. Welcome to Java world. Welcome to Java world. Like now, here at this point of time, you can take it here. This is the main method signature. And whenever you are printing the output on the console, we are going to write the system.out.println. And what are the message you want to print it here? You are going to print it in double quotes. Now I'm going to save this file. Now I'll be compiling this program, Java C. So hello world.java. If compilation is successful, there is no problem. Suppose I'm introducing the error. Now what happens? We'll see that here. I'm trying to compile once again. It's saying that, hey, your hello world has a one error in the line number 4. Expected this is the end statement. It is expected. It is saying that here. Without end statement, I have given that here, which is not executing that here, not able to compile. There is a compilation error. I'm compiling here. There is no problem. In order to execute my program, I'm going to take the no dot class, nothing. Just you give the Java hello world. What are the message you have written? Just it will be printed. Welcome to Java world. This is the way we are going to execute your Java program from the command line. We are going to execute. But practically speaking, we don't use the command line to write your programs and all these things, because you are going to work in organizations. Most of the organizations, they will use the IDEs. So why we are discussing this command prompt and Java compiler and Java C? At times, what happens if you are working on the server side, you may not have the completely you are working in a window, the servers, deployment servers. You need to compile your programs in the servers. We need to compile there. You don't find any IDEs, so you don't have the GUI itself. So you need to have the basic understanding. That's the reason I'm just explaining that how these Java programs are going to execute. This is about the basic about that. Like now, today's session we discussed about the how to do the basic setup of your required software and how we are going to write your first hello world example we discussed. In the next class, we'll continue the more details about what are the data types and how this what is this JVM, what internally it happens. Those all the things we'll discuss in the next class. I'll start using the IDE from the next class. Any questions? Any questions or any doubts? Okay, thank you guys. And session today is supposed to start at 8 o'clock. Sorry, 7 o'clock. I was in a different meeting. I didn't realize. So yeah, tomorrow we'll get started with the 7 o'clock. Any questions?